How would you feel if someone said that they can tell how much you love yourself by the partner you've chosen? Does that feel like a compliment or an insult? That reaction, whatever it is important. Because the statement itself is not a judgment. It's an invitation. It distills down to this: I'm not passing judgment on your relationship, but the way you feel about that question can offer profound insight. Have you tolerated treatment that doesn't feel great? Doesn't feel loving, doesn't feel like something someone who truly valued themselves would accept? Or can you say, I've chosen a really patient, loving, incredible person. Some part of me must like myself enough to choose someone who loves me well? This idea isn't new. In fact, literature and psychology have been whispering this truth to us for decades. In the Gifts of Imperfection, Brené Brown writes, "We accept the love we think we deserve." That sentence alone is a mirror. If we believe we are worthy of kindness, respect, and tenderness, we will gravitate toward relationships that reflect those beliefs. But if deep down we believe we are difficult, unlovable, or not enough, we may tolerate crumbs and call it a feast. Similarly, in Attached by Amir, Levine, and Rachel Heller, we learn about attachment styles: secure, anxious, and avoidant, and how they shape the partners we choose. Someone with a secure attachment style often chooses partners who communicate openly and offer consistency. Someone with anxious attachment might feel drawn to unpredictability, mistaking emotional highs and lows for passion. The partner we choose often aligns not with what we consciously say we want, but with what feels familiar to our nervous system. And familiarity is powerful. In Getting the Love You Want, Harville Hendricks suggests that we are unconsciously drawn to partners who reflect unresolved wounds from childhood. We don't necessarily choose who treats us best. We often choose who feels like home. Home was chaotic, critical, or emotionally distant. We may unconsciously equate those traits with love. That doesn't mean we are broken. It means we are patterned. But here's the hopeful part. Patterns can change. When we grow in self-awareness, our choices evolve. When we begin to see our worth clearly, our tolerance for mistreatment decreases. We start to ask different questions. Instead of, do they like me? We ask, do I feel respected here? Instead of, how do I keep them? We ask, how do I feel when I'm with them? In Boundaries by Henry Cloud and John Townsend, we're reminded that loving ourselves includes setting limits. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are gates that protect what is valuable. And what is more valuable than your emotional well-being? When we struggle to set boundaries, we may end up in relationships where our needs are minimized. When we value ourselves, we expect mutual care. The partner we choose is often a reflection of our internal boundaries. Let's be clear. This isn't about perfection. It's not about finding someone flawless or never making mistakes in love. It's about alignment. Are you aligned with someone who nurtures your growth, or someone who reinforces your self-doubt? In All About Love, Bell Hooks defines love as the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. By that definition, love is not jealousy, control, indifference, or volatility. Love is active care. So when we ask what our partner says about our self-love, we are really asking, have I chosen someone committed to mutual growth? Or have I accepted something less and called it love? And here's where the question becomes empowering rather than accusatory. If you look at your partner and think, I chose someone kind, emotionally available, and respectful, that's beautiful. That means somewhere inside you believed you deserved that. You may not give yourself enough credit for the quiet self-worth that led you there. But if the question stings, if it feels like an insult, that's not condemnation. That's information. It's an opportunity to explore what you've been tolerating and why. Not with shame, but with curiosity. Self-love is not bubble baths and affirmations alone. It's standards. It's walking away when something consistently diminishes you. It's recognizing that loneliness is not worse than being unseen. It's understanding that chemistry without safety is not intimacy. And most importantly, it's believing that you are worthy of love that feels calm, reciprocal, and kind. Your partner does not determine your value. But your choice of partner can reveal what you believe about your value. So I return to the question, how would you feel if someone said they could tell how much you love yourself by the partner you've chosen? If it feels like a compliment, receive it. Let it affirm that you've grown, that you've healed, that you've chosen well. If it feels like an insult, pause. Not to defend, not to justify, but to reflect. What might that reaction be teaching you? Because the truth is, the most important relationship you will ever have is the one you have with yourself. And every other relationship flows from there. When you love yourself deeply, you don't beg for consistency, you expect it. You don't chase affection, you recognize it. You don't confuse chaos with passion. You recognize peace as the truest form of love. So perhaps the question isn't really about your partner at all. Perhaps it's about you. And perhaps the most loving thing you can do is make sure that the love you accept is a reflection of the love you believe you deserve.